So then, you mentioned about the growth, and we know the property market, the real estate market has been doing very, very well here. So after the last few years, then how has the market evolved, and what do you think has influenced that over the last few years?
I think there was a number of factors, but primarily it was the government's handling of COVID and a few regulation changes which took place following that year or those 2 years. So things like how quick and sharp they were with the vaccination, with lockdowns, like they kind of did it, got it done and dusted, and then bang, slowly opened up again, obviously with relevant rules in place. So it kind of came a bit of a hub for tourists. A lot of like influencers came here as well.
Yeah.
And then it kind of blew up on social media as the place to be. But that was, at influencer level, but also, remote workers, companies wanting to change location. So we saw a lot of corporate activity. So yeah, that was one thing that caused, a big wave of people to come to Dubai, which obviously we know has an impact on rental prices and values. And then secondly, you saw things like changes to the remote working visa. You had the golden visa introduced, which was big news. So that's the 10-year visa, where if you invest 2 million cash, like physical cash, into a property, then you can get a 10-year golden visa without having to
10
renew
million, is that dirhams or English?
2 million dirhams.
2 million dirhams,
Yeah,
sorry.
2 million dirhams for a 10-year golden visa. Yeah. So when that came out, that's why you see all these headlines all the time about high net worths moving to Dubai, millionaires moving to Dubai. That was a big driving factor. Reason being is they can, have the security and peace of mind to know they've got that 10-year stretch with bank accounts, education for kids, world-class medical facilities, and just a bit of security and peace of mind. So that was another one. And then there was just a general drive from the government for tourist activity. So they're always trying to push up visitor numbers, always trying to push boundaries and get people in. But I would say in the past few years, fundamentally, it was how they handled COVID and these specific government policy changes, which has just caused people to keep coming.
And Nick, in terms of that, have you found with the 2 million dirhams, do you know what that would equate to in pounds at all?
Oh, you put me
I know
on the
I'm
spot
putting you on the
now,
spot.
mate.
Is there
I
a
would
rough amount,
say-
just so obviously listeners in can kind of get a gist as to what kind of price point?
I mean, it's higher ticket compared to what we typically see in the UK for investment values, but I would say between 400 and 500,000 pounds.
Okay.
I'd say around 450. Looking at the recent exchange rates, but yeah, that's what you'd be looking at.
It's not bad.
It's not too bad if you
to
want
get a 10-year visa,
the higher end stuff. But don't forget, you can come into this market and invest 100 and it probably works out about 180,000 pounds now, and get the 2-year investor visa, and that's 750,000 dirhams. So that's actually what I came in on, because you can get it on business startup and business formation as well. But for the higher ticket guys who just want more longer term security, then they've got that option.